Namaste to everyone, and to everyone, namaste. My name is Carmia Mindy here, and I'm going to be speaking about the gender war. Now, I have a couple of wars I want to discuss, but this is one of them, and this is the gender war. So, I wrote some commentary here that I'm going to read to you, and hopefully you like it. Like the video, subscribe for more content, and support the channel. So here we go. Male, female, woman, man, girl, boy. Women are smarter, men work or are supposed to be working harder, right? Intuition versus physical strength. Isn't there a variety of strengths? So why does it have to be put upon a specific gender if there's different levels of strength? Depending on how the time may be tender and which generation you were born into will and can determine how you play out your own balance or gender war within. So every individual has both aspects within themselves. It doesn't shock me when people or individuals want to change their sexual preferences from the balance or what is to be called his, she, or she, he. Let's take it to the beginning. When it comes to the creation of life, doesn't the soul have a choice? But what if it is about the strength of the genetics and the DNA codes within the womb? What if the womb is a vessel or incubator of either information or ignorance? Depending on the data in the womb and the sperm that combines to create that spark can create another vessel of intelligence or ignorance. I think that individuals that are confident in their confusion of their sexuality is healthier than a person that is juggling between the physicality of sexuality, of the sexual conduct that can and does cause sexual transmitted diseases. Ultimately, the war is within. A person can make it about the exterior and materialistic gains, but sexuality shouldn't be the cause of such things. Even the so-called straight individuals battle between the sexes about who is stronger. Egos clash when both masculinities bash, and it can be between each sex and not just the same, if that makes sense. So we battle with the same sex and with the opposite. That's external to us, So what if, since the masculine energy is the Y chromosome and the feminine energy is the X can be symbolic to completion, and the Y can be symbolic to an incomplete X. You don't find men, you find ancient women, when it comes to artifacts, right? I have dreams of being invaded, by a bunch of animalistic men, and that is all real on a different level, but the same dimension. There's the feminine energy that was weak to go against their own women, their own counter, like peers in the community, to be invaded by these men. So they were teaming up against them. So, as above, so below. Jealousy runs deep when it comes to the feminine energy. That's why the hate between mothers, daughters, aunts, and cousins really come from lineages of it, So men have a different level of competition between one another, but the masculine energy tends to compete with how strong they are and abundant, or the women on their arm or their career. Very rarely do you find men that compete with how good they treat their woman. Not women. A man has enough energy to populate a community, but what man has accurate, laser point energy to be solid with one woman? To be solid with one woman. You know, you can populate a whole community, but do you have laser focus to focus on one and take the community to build up the whole nation and the community? I mean, doesn't it take a community to raise a child? I mean, really. So, a man spreading his energy makes him really fluid and not solid in his thinking, you know? So, confusion comes in when you don't accept facts and who you truly are. Down low men, down low people that hide their sexuality doesn't need to exist, because respect and transparency should be put first. So individuals that have a comfortable space to live life, and this is while, you know, we are figuring ourselves out who we truly are. Within that truth, we can create our own energy that you can desire to be in and be comfortable and express yourself, you know. But we create very toxic spaces for people to be in. So, I mean, regardless, everyone has been dogged out by the opposite or same sex at one point. And that could be in friendship, platonic, or, you know, romantic relationships. But experiences don't define you. It's only a repetition of the timeline that is meant to be healed, so you can evolve out of the karmic loop. Karmic means a lesson. So whenever, if you do hear this in tarot or the spiritual community, know that the word karmic can be replaced with the word lesson that you are to learn. So, we bring imbalance and pollution to the earth when we are imbalanced in the way that we live, communicate to each other, in more ways for us to evaluate today. A lot of truths are coming out. Self-correction needs to be done. Accountability, for sure. And depending on your generation, and I don't even think depending, each generation is different and has a different experience because of time, so-called, that we've been locked into. So they've experienced certain things. So it's like, I know it's easier to blame our siblings who may be a different generation, our aunts, our uncles, our mothers and fathers. It's different, you know, for them versus you. And I think that has a lot to do with the way that we express ourselves sexually. If you see the evolution of it, a lot of men back in the day had like 12 children. You have some that, you know, very rare, they have 12 children now, but, you know, you just got to think about the mentality of that and that era, and, you know, how men were cultivating the land then. Now, you don't have too much of that. So it's harder for us women to be in our feminine energy, being that the system does work against the whole family dynamic. Please excuse the background noise, but, you know, the universe has a way. The universe has a way of expressing itself, but I digress. I just wanted this to be about the gender war within you, you know? You can change your gender, do whatever you want to do. But understand yourself on a soul level and genetically. Okay? Peace.